Hi, everybody. Welcome to AITA Pod. I'm Danny Vega, joined by Shannon D.
That's me.
Shannon and I have become basically BFFs by time. I don't know if she actually even likes me, but
just by proximity.
We have spent almost every day together for the last week, and it's like kind of changing me a little bit.
Oh,
like,
for the better, I bet.
For the better, yeah, I bet.
I'm sure. I'm just the best, as you all know.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you did lecture me. I think this is a growing moment, though. I like this for us.
Yeah, it seemed like you learned.
I did learn. I mean, I'm always asking Shannon, like, give me direction on the pod. Like, she's been editing all the clips, and she has done this 0 times. But
What, giving you direction?
yeah, you never do.
What did you ask me?
Like, if my read sucks, like, make me reread it.
When?
I've said that. You don't remember me saying that?
No.
Gaslit. I definitely said, I texted you, like, make sure you say something if, like, my read is boring.
Or too fast?
Yeah, or too fast or anything.
Oh, but I thought that was, like, recently, and we haven't recorded, so.
Maybe.
Or maybe I've just thought you're doing a great job.
Yeah, maybe.
Or haven't
But you don't really,
other things.
You're pretty agreeable. You're easygoing. That's why the people love you.
Oh, thank you.
This was a difference. You've never done this before. You know, I was with Janin and I had purchased my food, which was like cottage cheese and eggs.
And a lot of protein bars and protein powder he always brings with you. And I've been on other trips with you before, so I've seen a little bit of your diet and been to your house, and there's just like always protein powders.
And you spent, I think fair to say, 20 minutes lecturing me about the importance of vegetables.
Yeah, because it dawned on me this trip, I was like, I don't think I've ever seen him eat a vegetable.
I eat the apples. You know,
I know he eats apples, but there's only so many vitamins and nutrients in that. You kind of got to broaden it up. So, he said that he thought that was bullshit, that vegetables don't really have any goodness to them.
Yeah, I mean, I felt antagonized. I felt like it was advice giving out of nowhere.
Well, it started during the live show. I was kind of ripping you
that was
a
fine.
little bit.
That was fine. It was when we got in the car
afterwards.
And then you just started going on your little vegetable tirade.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to enjoy my life. Had a great show with my friends. I mean, my stage friend, Shannon, and then my real friend, Jake.
Yeah.
And then you just tore into me. And then, but it's
for your own good.
This was good character development for you as well. Cause like I knew you were good looking, obviously that's what the Simps say, but I didn't know you were so health conscious. And now I'm like, obviously you are, you're in very good shape, and you know, it's your skin as well.
Oh, thanks.
Now that I know nothing about, that I could use guidance on. I don't know what
skin,
I'm doing.
You have great skin.
You have great skin.
Yeah.
People say, Taylor, one of my favorite listeners, said you have skin like glass.
Well, I don't know what you're talking about. Now I'm all self-conscious about my skin right now. Well, I've been breaking out really bad. I think it was the weather. Yeah. And then also I'm doing the egg freezing right now. So a lot of hormones are popping into my body. So, but my skin always was really, really bad. I think it was from alcohol. Really, the number one thing of my skin getting better was no alcohol. Did you ever have that experience when you quit?
I mean, when I was drinking, I don't think skin was in the top 25 problems I had, but I'm sure it wasn't great.
Yeah, well, because apparently alcohol fucks with your hormones really bad.
It's nasty stuff.
I know. I never knew about all of that.
You know it's nasty because if you like just put it up to your nose, you're like, oh my God.
Yeah, you're putting that in your body.
Right, like it smells like poison. It definitely. Anyway.
But it sure is fun.
Don't say that. What the hell are you doing? We don't drink.
No, I know.
We're not encouraging it.
We're not. We can cut that.
We're not going to cut it. It was what it was. But I mean, I just want to say I've been totally clean and sober. All I do is caffeine now. It's been over a month.
He's been doing good.
Nothing else, just caffeine.
Yeah. Oh, and I haven't had any weed either because of this egg freezing, and I'm going to go at least a month, and I might keep on going.
I feel better than I've ever felt. Yeah. Maybe it's the vegetables as well, Shan.
Yes.
But I love working out now. I'm like so into it, and it feels incredible after I do it. I feel like in a great state of euphoria. I just find myself enjoying life so much more because, I'm not taking any of the occasional weeds or anything like that. And so I just want to tell everyone, I think it can be hard to get in a rhythm and a lot of these things we do to feel better and soothe ourselves. And I know a lot of you have tough lives and, you know, things are very difficult and it's a way to unwind. But, you know, shifting into healthier coping mechanisms can be, it's hard. I know it's hard. I know no one wants to go to the gym and eat healthy.
Oh, yeah.
But I think it can be really worth it if you can push yourself there. And this my gym thing, just go. Literally just go. Yeah. Go for 5 minutes and leave and do one exercise. They say
the hardest part is getting your shoes on and getting out the door.
This is what I do now because I'm fortunate enough to live close to my gym. I'll literally go and do 2 exercises. It takes like 15 minutes and leave.
Well, where is your gym? It's like right around the corner?
5-minute walks right around the corner.
Oh, that's really nice.
And I love it because I'm like, I don't like going either. I'll just go and do that and leave.
Yeah.
Bye.
That's nice.
It is nice.
I know the weed thing, like I've definitely been doing that more since I quit drinking, and it's almost become, because they say it's not addictive, but I think like mentally it is. Yeah. And it's become more of like how I kind of was with alcohol, where it was like only Thursday through Saturday sort of thing. And it would be like, oh, well, it's Thursday, I can do it again, you know? And so I'm kind of trying to break that habit with this too.
That's where my head was, you know, with a lot of these things. And you guys know I haven't drank for many years, but just other substances that were, you know, like a lot of them like weed, just like, and I'm specifically not naming them because I don't think they're worth naming, honestly. Let me say this. I think there's a whole class of drugs like weed, and even alcohol can fall into this. So I think it's a little bit less obvious with alcohol, but it's the harmfulness of quote unquote harmlessness. Oh yeah. Because, you know, is weed going to turn you into a drug addict roving the streets, you know, carjacking people? Or no, it's not.
Most likely no.
And you're not going to end up to go to rehab for weed or whatever. And so people have this idea that it's harmless, but I think it could really mess with you. And I especially think, and I like that you put it this way, it's like you're waiting for Thursday. If you even are on a restrictive thing, and that was becoming my relationship with substances. I remember having the thought like, I can't wait to get home so I can do my little substance. Right. And I was like, that's the only thing I'm looking forward to right now. And the amazing thing about cleaning it up is like, I just look forward to everything. Like I enjoy recording the podcast more. I enjoy conversations more. I just enjoy life more.
Yeah, that's great. I know. Yeah, I haven't been thinking about it too much, honestly.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's the kind of thing too. It's like when life is good, it can be kind of easy to like enhance it with substances instead of like realizing that you can now enjoy it because you're at an enjoyable part, but you've wired this thing, and it might be because life is very difficult for you or you're very stressed out and you're like, yeah, I need to be on weed to enjoy this. Right. And you actually rob yourself of enjoyment because, you know, it impairs your memory and your judgment and all these things. So anyway, this is a sobriety commercial, but yeah, I think it's a great thing. I think everybody should look at it. I guess my point is that I have had friends who turned to weed heavy, and I think rob themselves a lot of their potential. And I'm not saying that's true about everyone. I'm not judging you or anything, but like make sure you check in with yourself and see, because, you know, it is harmful. Yeah. I think it is harmful. Yeah. And try and challenge yourself and take some breaks every now and then. You don't have to get rid of it completely, but, you know, just see what it's like. See if you like it. There we go. I think that's reasonable. Guys, thank you so much for listening to the pod. Please rate, review, subscribe. Join us on Patreon, patreon.com/AITA pod. Just got a wonderful message from a listener asking about our free bonus pack. And they were like, yeah, I'm low income and things are really hard. I'm like, you don't have to explain. You can literally just message and say, can I get the free bonus pack? There's no questions. There's no audit process. You could be the son of a billionaire. I will still give you the free bonus pack. 20 episodes in there. 10 with Sarah, 10 with Shannon and Jake, right? There we go. Yeah. Exactly right. And follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube, honey. Here we go. Guys, we're bringing back our kind of new segments here, and it's a bit of a country music theme. Yeah. So here's 2 of them, and Shannon with the first. AITA for stopping my concert when people were taking pictures. I, 39F, am a country singer, songwriter, and guitarist. I've been in the music industry for over 20 years. When I was performing a concert in Las Vegas, a group of women in the VIP section close to the stage were taking multiple group photos with the flash while I was starting a very intimate ballad. I stopped the song and said, "These girls are worried about their selfies and not listening to the song, and it's pissing me off a little bit." Oh my God. Most of the crowd cheered, but I also heard some booing. The women decided to leave the concert after that.
I mean, they paid $750 to come to my concert. I would think they'd want to hear me sing. AITA?
So first I want to just address the fact that this was billed as a selfie in the media.
Oh,
I don't know
yes.
what headline.
I don't know. Oh, well, because she called it a selfie.
Oh, when she was on stage, she referred to it as a selfie.
She referred to it as a selfie, but it was in fact a group photo.
Taken by someone
else with Miranda Lambert, who we're talking about, in the background.
Yes, on stage in the background.
I think 5 or 6 women with the flash on.
Right.
And apparently they were taking like multiple photos. And so I heard from a TikToker, another woman that was not at that concert, but at a different one. And she was just saying that this was particularly like an intimate song. I think it's called Tin Man.
Yeah.
And she said there's like so many other songs that is like, you know, everyone's up and cheering and dancing and going crazy, and Miranda's dancing on stage. And it was just like they chose a weird time to be taking these photos when it probably would have been more appropriate to do it when these more lively songs were happening. Yeah.
I mean, I have to say, you know, I would not ding someone on calling this out. This seems quite excessive to me. I mean, to take a selfie, I'd be like, all right, Miranda, calm down.
Yeah.
But this wasn't a selfie. This was not a selfie. This is a huge group photo with flash. Apparently there were repeated things. Like, how is that not going to be distracting?
Right.
Like,
especially during a intimate song.
Absolutely. Now, I kind of do understand the OPs though. And I gotta say, like, I don't know how long Miranda has been on this Vegas run. Did you pick up any information about that? Usually artists tend to go to Vegas for a long time. So it kind of depends to me, but I am kind of like, yeah, it's Vegas. Like, people are going to be wasted acting like little freaks. That doesn't give them a pass, but just for her own sanity, I would probably just not call something like this out just because it seems like a buzzkill and a momentum killer. But I mean, it's every bit her right. Like, I'm not dinging. I'm just wondering, is it really practical?
Yeah. Well, I think when I first originally heard it, I was like, I don't really see the problem, you know. I had mentioned before that I think it would be, you know, flattering. They want to take a picture of you. They're excited to be there. They want to commemorate this occasion.
True.
However, the more like I looked into it, and the fact that it was probably not the most opportune time to do it.
Terrible time. Terrible time.
The more I'm understanding Miranda's point of view.
Yeah.
However, was it the best look
for her?
For her, like maybe she shouldn't have stopped it.
To me, I get newbie energy. I know that's big talk coming from a guy who literally went to Vegas to play a brewery. A little bit, and I actually think I got this right.
Okay.
Well, no, remember I'm saying like Vegas is a vibe.
Oh,
Vegas is a vibe. This isn't a Miranda Lambert concert. That's truly what it is. You know what it is? It's Vegas entertainment.
Oh, does she has a residency? Is that what it is?
I think so. She's in the midst of her Velvet Rodeo Las Vegas residency. And guess when it started, Shan?
When?
July 7th.
Oh,
About
brand new.
10 days before this happened or less. So she's kind of a noob, but like, I don't blame her. Look, I'm not saying she did something wrong. I'm just saying, like, I don't think this was that crazy for Vegas. I can see people doing shit like this. And like, I don't necessarily know that everyone who's going to be at her shows are big Miranda Lambert fans. I think it's more the energy of like, oh, we're in Vegas. Let's do something crazy. I won big last night. Let's go.
What is the craziest thing you could do in Vegas? Go to see Miranda Lambert concert?
I mean, if you're into Miranda Lambert, you know?
Yeah, but you just said some of them might not even be into Miranda Lambert.
Well, but I'm saying, but they're not there for her. Like in the same way, if you went to go see a Taylor Swift concert, you're like a bleeding heart Swiftie, right?
Like but if you're going in your hometown, you're probably more.
Exactly.
But if it's Vegas,
that's
like,
why you're there. That's why you're there.
But I feel like people fly to Vegas to see like these specifically, like when Britney Spears had a residency there.
But I don't know that these people did, right? I mean, maybe you're right.
VIPs, like, you're not just buying a random old ticket.
Out.
I guess so, yeah.
I mean, look, I just think Vegas has this energy that's chaotic. It's crazy. I can see myself like, look, I'm not that big of a fan of, who am I not that big of a fan of? Taylor Swift. What? Nickelback? No, God, I hate Nickelback.
So this you needed an example of someone that you do like, but you're not a huge fan.
Eminem is a good example.
Okay.
Would I go see Eminem in LA? No, but if I was in Vegas, because Eminem was there. My friends are like, yo, let's do this.
You'd be more likely.
Yeah, I could see myself doing that because it's like we're in Vegas, so we should go see a big show. It's almost like part of just going to Vegas.
Yeah.
Nonetheless, I don't think Miranda did anything wrong. I think this was very indulgent of them.
Yeah, but I do also see the other side where it's like, yeah, you did pay all of this money. Like, you want to take a picture there. I think they just chose the wrong time to do it.
They chose the
and I
absolute
think that
wrong time.
The media is not, they're not painting the whole picture of like that it was the wrong time to do it.
That's fair, but even if they might have been able to get away with it, it still is a very distracting thing to do to the performer, and it's rude. It's treating Miranda a little bit like wedding entertainment, or like she's a star. Like I think all she's asking is that you face her consistently during the performance and not engage in a collective like photo with her. That's bizarre.
I guess, but someone else had said, a comment was like, when we were at Taylor Swift, people were taking pictures the entire time.
That's a stadium. That's a stadium show.
Isn't this a stadium?
No, this is not
well, it's not a stadium, but it's a huge theater.
It's a big theater, but like she could clearly see them and they were in the first couple rows. And like I maintain these Taylor has, I don't know if that's true. I think I saw Taylor call out someone for something, but like, I don't know. I feel like at a stadium, it becomes highly counterproductive because there's literally a town of people in front of you. You can't call anyone out. You're gonna be wasting everybody's time.
Yeah.
But like performers are people. This is a rude thing to do to a performer. Just because Taylor wouldn't call you out because she's at freaking Madison Square Garden doesn't mean it's okay. I mean, I don't think it's super diva-ish. I think it's understandable. That's super distracting. I mean, look, this is a hard lesson I've learned as a comedian. When you're a musician, I think you get a little bit more. You got massive PAs blasting you, and so you have this opportunity to just power over it with music. I mean, I'm sure you could still lose a crowd to an extent, but with comedy, it's like you're getting this constant feedback, right? Like you've got to keep the laughs coming, otherwise you're in deep trouble.
Yeah,
and I would definitely caution any comedian to do this because it's like you're going to bring the show to a total stop for 30 seconds.
And you're going to lose the crowd.
You might lose the crowd. It's very risky.
Most likely. But I do also think that there's a little bit of a difference with comedians and singers in the way where it's like you can be still like, not so much at concerts, but I'm thinking more at like bars with live music.
Sure.
A lot of times it's just like ambiance. And you can kind of be like talking and whatever. It doesn't mean that you're not doing well. But like when people are talking, when you're trying to do stand up, like I know you've done it before. Like
of course.
When you've been at bars and no one's paying attention to you, it's so brutal.
It's brutal.
But with music, it's kind of like, yeah, well, they're not listening and they're all talking, enjoying themselves. But like I'm being the ambiance and the background noise for this bar.
But Miranda isn't going to identify as ambiance, you see? Whereas
at a concert,
like,
it's different.
At a concert, and it depends on how big their head is. It's, I think, I said.
Yeah, and I hate when people are talking during someone performing.
Oh, it's so obnoxious.
It's so brutal.
Selfish.
I mean, it's one thing if you're like further away, but when you're like right there and everyone in the audience is like looking at you like, hello, how do you not see that they're trying to do a fucking speech right now? I was just somewhere, I forget. But yeah, someone was doing a speech and I was just like, Jesus.
Yeah. Well, you did this to me at Vapor Days, though it wasn't me talking. It was someone talking to me. And you kept,
but I just laughed.
No, they were talking to me in the back and you kept looking back to signal to stop talking. And I had to really shut this person down. I was like, please stop.
I know.
Please.
Yeah, he wouldn't
Super
stop.
obnoxious. AITA for stopping my concert when people were taking pictures. I think we agree. It is NTA and the ridiculous photo takers are.
Yeah, I guess so. And now that I know more of the facts, yeah.
All right, this one is pretty open and shut, but we hope you guys are liking this news segment. Here we go. AITA for releasing, quote, "Try That in a Small Town," a song that seems pro-gun and racist. I-46M am a country music star who recently released a song with lyrics including, "Pull a gun on the owner of a liquor store. Well, try that in a small town. See how far you make it down the road. Got a gun that my granddad gave me. Around here, we take care of our own. Full of good old boys raised up right. Try that in a small town." Recently, The music video was pulled from Country Music TV. Listen, I myself was nearly a victim of gun violence, having been present during the Las Vegas shooting. The song does not explicitly reference race, and all the news footage is real. AITA.
Wow, lots of country singers in Vegas on this one.
Yeah, this was Jason Aldean. If you guys don't know him, I'm not really familiar with him, but he was there during the Las Vegas shooting a few years back. So I was like, wow, right off the bat, it is a little shocking to me that you would invoke violence like this when you yourself were almost could have died, and almost certainly some of your fans lost their lives to senseless gun violence, but here you are bringing it up.
Yeah, it just seems like such a bad time to be making a song like this, which is understandable why it's getting backlash. Did you watch the music video?
I
Is
did.
it accessible?
I did. You can still watch it. It's still on YouTube. I just want to read. So, and he was also accused of being pro-lynching specifically.
Oh.
So I'm just going to read his quote. He says, I was accused of releasing a pro-lynching song, and I was subject to a comparison that I was not too pleased with the nationwide BLM protests. These references are not only meritless, but dangerous. There is not a single lyric in the song that references race or points to it. And there isn't a single video clip that isn't real news footage. Sheryl Crow did not like the song. She said, there's nothing small town or American about promoting violence. You should know that better than anyone having survived a mass shooting. This isn't American or small town like, it's just lame. So I watched the video, and this is most obviously about BLM protests than anything I've ever seen. It's clearly like that is where your head is going to go watching it. Obviously it was made with that in mind.
Really?
I don't even think that's debatable. The other aspect is that there is footage of like this incident that happened. I believe it was in Georgia where Aldean is from, but it depicts someone who is black robbing a convenience store. I didn't recognize the footage, but I'm sure someone who is from the town he's from, which also isn't that small, it's like 100,000 people, would have seen the footage and known what it was. And you can see that the person is black. And it's like, think you are kind of suggesting something. So that's where I was at.
In the music video?
Yes, you can see that the person is black as they fall over. And I was like, okay, I really don't love your odds now, Jason Aldean, because it definitely does seem racist to me. And then I looked up his previous controversies. October 2015, he wore blackface for Halloween. October 2015, or sorry, 2015 to 2019, he was wearing a Confederate flag shirt on stage. I'm sure not every concert, but sometimes.
Wow.
And then Shannon, this is where it just gets horrific. Like this guy, this is what pissed me off is like, you know, if you're going to be a racist piece of shit, at least be transparent about it.
Yeah.
The video was literally shot at a famous historical site where a lynching happened. It's like, bro.
That cannot just be a coincidence.
No, of course not. You're obviously, this is clear like race bait. And like he's obviously.
It's literally gaslighting us.
Gaslighting us. I'm saying YTA for being a racist monster, double YTA for gaslighting us, triple YTA for being part of a tragic mass shooting, and then writing a pro-gun anthem. Like,
right?
Come on.
It's like, why even do it if you can't even like own up to it or back yourself up? Like, why are you lying about it on top of everything else? And you.
Because these guys are liars.
So fucked up.
They're fucking liars. And here's the other lie of this is that they got some kind of pure integrity or nothing. Of course not. Of course they don't. This is a money printer for them. And sure enough, when the news got out, then the controversy got out. The song now shot to the top because now it becomes a statement to go buy the song on iTunes or whatever.
Well, and then also we're giving them YouTube views. Like
I know. I have YouTube Premium, so it didn't give them any additional money. I hope. I don't know how that works, but there's no ads on it.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, I see. Oh, views though, still.
Yeah, I guess I gave them one view. That's true.
Which, whatever. I mean, you were doing it for research, but it's just, what does he mean by it's been out since May? So why is it all of a sudden
That's part of his stupid excuse because the music video just came out. It doesn't. So he's trying to be like, yeah, it was out since May, and it's like,
and you guys didn't notice that.
The music video clearly is what brought it into an unambiguously racist,
right? Like some of the lyrics could just be like, okay, well, yeah, like there isn't necessarily anything saying specifically about race, but look at the facts of your music video. Like, what are you thinking?
Of course, but that's the thing is like he knew what he was doing.
Yeah.
He knew. He's pandering to this crowd. It's money for him. So huge YTA for Jason Aldean. Shut the hell up. Sheryl Crow, I love her.
Yeah, she's the best.
What is she? I feel like a woman?
No, that's Shania Twain.
Oh, my bad.
Sheryl Crow is, oh, God.
Sheryl Crow. Wow, Shannon, where's Jake? We need Jake.
I know.
Jake is the reference king.
Oh, yeah, that's the one. Soak Up the Sun.
Oh, my God, that's Sheryl Crow. I love that song. Oh, and All I Want to Do?
Oh, my God.
All I Want to do
is have some fun.
That's the good country I like.
Yes. Well, her and like Shania Twain. So good.
So good. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. We hope you like the news segments. We're going to do a bunch of listener submissions today. Please submit on our subreddit, reddit.com/r/AITA pod.
Yes.
We will see you on there. We'll see you on the Patreon. We'll see you on the Discord. We'll see you on YouTube. We'll see you on Instagram.
Yes. And some people have been submitting their stories via Instagram DMs, but we're afraid that they're going to get lost in the mix. So if you can, please try and submit on the subreddit for a chance to get on the pod.
Fantastic. And feel free to bother me if it got lost in the transition area or whatever. All right, here we go. Our second story of the day, AITA for not paying my actors for a micro-budget web series. But first, AITA for calling my brother's baby mama a guest and causing them to leave our family vacay. I, 22F, have 5 siblings. My brother, 23M, Dave, has a GF, 23F, Cindy. We've always treated Cindy like part of the fam, but can't stand her. Yeah, that's fam. She's a narcissist who talks shit about our family. She also baby trapped my brother so she could drop out of college and be a stay-at-home GF. Oh. They have a baby and another baby is on the way.
Oh my.
My family is on our yearly family vacay. Space is tight and they brought the baby, causing us to be sharing 5 of us in a 7x8 bedroom with the baby.
Oh my God.
No.
With a baby?
No. The baby cried all night. No one slept. None of us complained. Later, Dave was shit talking to me about how Cindy and the baby are driving him crazy, and I agreed. Hours later, Cindy comes at me. How dare you say I'm ruining family vacation? How dare you say the baby is ruining your vacation? I know you were shit talking me to your brother. I explained how Dave came to me first, and that's not what I said. Dave played dumb. We go back and forth, and I bring up how it rubs me the wrong way that she shit talks our family, even though she's on our family vacation. At this point, Cindy is yelling, well, I don't care what anyone thinks of me. I don't care if you talk shit. This is my family vacation. I'll do and say whatever I want, to which I yell back, you're not part of the family. You're a guest on our family vacation. Points to my brother. He's family. Niece. She's family. Points to her. You're a guest in our house on our vacation. Within 10 minutes, my brother and her packed up their stuff and took their baby and left. AITA for calling her a guest and causing them to leave.
Wow. She sounds like a pill, this baby mama.
I think so. Cindy is definitely throwing out some hot fire. But I do have to say, I don't know if she's my primary target.
I had a feeling.
I'm sorry, OP. Thanks for writing in, but I'm already just going to have to ding the shit out of you. You called Cindy a narcissist.
She didn't say it to her face.
That's true. But
She's just describing her as that.
Yeah, but that doesn't really add anything to the story. It's just kind of a character attack. And
she's just saying the way that this person is.
She says she's a narcissist who shit talks our family.
Yeah, she's describing her.
Okay.
Is there anything wrong with that? She's painting the whole picture.
I guess. I think that's psychobabble, though. And classically, just throwing out psychobabble at people is not a good sign.
Yeah.
And I don't necessarily know that this view of Cindy is helping you, OP. You're also claiming that she baby trapped brother. It's pretty loaded. I don't know if I'm ready to give brother a total pass. If he was doing what causes babies.
I don't like when people say that a woman baby trapped. Like, how are you to ever know that?
If she lied about taking birth control when she really wasn't and things like that, then maybe. But you didn't
or
go
if she's poking holes in the condoms or something. But I feel like a lot of times people throw that around when they just didn't want to have a child with someone, or they didn't want their family member to have a child with somebody.
I think so.
It's like they might have just accidentally gotten pregnant. Where's your evidence that it was a baby trap?
I think it's wild. I think it's a wild claim. But mainly, OP, I think you're just flat wrong on the title literal. I think this person is part of your family, for better or for worse.
Yeah.
And I think it's really mean to do this to someone. Like, and I understand. Look, I understand. Cindy sounds like she sucks. Sounds like you're not happy that she's around. Right. And I understand that. But this is your brother's girlfriend. It's your brother's baby mama. Like,
she did also characterize it saying that she baby trapped her brother so that she could drop out of college and be a stay-at-home girlfriend. Well, she's not a stay-at-home girlfriend. She's a stay-at-home mom. She called her a stay-at-home girlfriend. That's another blow.
I think you're really coming hard at Cindy, and I understand. I mean, look, your brother might have been totally screwed over here, and this might not have been what he wanted to do with his life, but I don't think it's very fair to call Cindy all these things. To him, to anyone, to us. She's there and she's here now. And I think you need to be kind to her.
Yeah. However, though,
yep.
OP did not start with the shit talking to or about Cindy. Her brother came to her to vent. She said she never said anything about the baby keeping her up all night. She didn't complain about it at all.
Yep.
And then her brother came to her to vent. And either Cindy overheard or the brother went and twisted the story and told Cindy that OP was talking shit on her. So all OP is saying she did was that she agreed with her brother. And that's like if someone were to come to you, I mean, you know, if we were having an issue with someone, you come to me and it's like, yeah, I agree with you about it. Now, why is that me ruining that person's time? You know, I was just being a sounding board for your vent. And I happen to agree with you, too.
I totally feel you on that. I think Dave was shit talking. OP agreed. Then Cindy came at him because Dave transmitted something there.
Well, it came to her, to OP.
Cindy attacked OP because Dave had told Cindy that OP had agreed.
Yeah.
So ultimately, it does fall on Dave.
It totally does, because that's just ridiculous. I don't know why he would go and tell his wife that his sister was talking shit. Like,
why would you do that?
You were talking shit first, and also you're putting yourself in the position to get more in trouble because your sister could so easily be like, he was venting to me.
Right. Actually, this is opening up a path for you, OP. Because then they go back. So then OP keeps it calm. I explained how Dave came to me first, and that's not what I said. Dave played dumb. We go back and forth, and then OP says it rubs the wrong way how she shit talks the family, even though she's on our family vacation.
Mm-hmm.
And then Cindy hits with some So
Cindy sounds fucking unhinged.
Absolutely. And OP was attacked.
Yeah.
OP was attacked. She wasn't shit talking. She wasn't trying to stir shit. She was just being agreeable with brother.
Mm-hmm.
I actually think this might have opened up a lot of space for OP because now that I see it this way, this is really just an impulsive reaction.
Yeah, and Cindy's coming at her so hard. Exactly. Well, I don't care what anyone thinks of me. I don't care if you talk shit. Well, you do, because you just came to her about talking shit. So you do fucking care that she's talking shit about you. This is my family vacation and I'll do and say whatever the fuck I want. Okay. Like,
that's a dig
yes,
there.
okay, I see that you are a part of the family, but you're pretty new to the family. So you are in some way a little bit of a guest more than the rest of us.
Well, and also
so behave a little bit, or you're being ridiculous. You're coming into someone else's home, essentially. I mean, I guess you're all on vacation, but you are a guest on their vacation. I mean, Max's family considers me family, but I'm still like, I still feel like I'm a guest when they take me on trips together, because most of the time they are treating me like, and so I'm a guest. And I want to show my respect and my gratefulness for being there. So it's pretty insane that she's just going off.
And there's no situation where you can say whatever you want. There's not. That's not a situation. Right?
No.
You have to respect other people's boundaries.
I'll do and say whatever.
You have to respect people. You don't get to say whatever you want. Not without consequences. No. That's not a situation that happens. That's not reality.
And honestly, even if they were in your home, you shouldn't just say whatever the fuck you want.
That's not a thing.
That's one thing that has always driven me nuts when people are like, you know, this is my home. I can do whatever I want. Or how dare you disrespect me in my own home? It's just like, okay, relax. Like, it's just a place.
Yeah.
Chill.
It's a shitty place, probably.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I can give OP a pass. It really does sound like there's a lot of misery here. I'm like, from the brother's perspective, assuming that they don't live in a 1-bedroom house, this is also just a bad situation. This is a bad situation.
What do you guys, the family, like, you guys got to get a couple more rooms, You
got to do something. You got 5 people in a tiny bedroom with a baby. I mean, this is miserable. This is miserable. I'm almost like they probably just wanted to leave just because for the brother, this is probably less miserable where they live.
He set it up.
Yeah.
So he could get the hell out of there.
This is wild.
But I also see this being like the last straw for her too, where it's just like, okay, I'm trying to back off here. And then you're coming at me hot. I'm already fucking annoyed with you because you're always talking shit about our family and you did all this other stuff that I think that you did to my brother, etc. And it's just like, okay, you want to go there? Let's fucking go there then. So I give her a pass. And plus, she didn't sleep.
And she didn't sleep. That's a pass. AITA for calling my brother's baby mama a guest and causing him to leave our family vacation. I don't think you're going to get anything productive out of antagonizing Cindy. And I'm sorry I misread it, OP, because the truth is you were antagonized. You were attacked. I understand why you did antagonize. You got pushed into a corner for these reasons. I think we're saying NTA and Cindy and brother also should not have. Well, Cindy sounds like, I bet brother was like, yeah, I'm just worried that like, it seems like we probably kept people up last night. You know, my sister even agreed. And then Cindy has like crippling insecurity, also sleep deprived.
Right.
And just.
Right. Seeing red and just blaming whoever else she can.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
All right, our second story. AITA for not paying my actors for a micro-budget web series. I, 24, am a trans man. I'm fresh out of film school. I've written a web series that stars a trans man and believes that trans people should play trans characters. Our current budget for our web series is $2,000 USD for the entire thing, 6 10-minute episodes. We've applied for all kinds of grants, have a GoFundMe page, and I'm putting in about $1,700 of my own savings, which I got from a job I picked up. Usually I worked at a grocery store. Between myself and my husband, we usually just scrape by, but this temporary job kind of like saved us financially. I can't afford to pay for anyone in the series. I've got a crew together, all the people I met through film school, and they're happy with it being voluntary as long as they can use it in their show reel, as it is super low budget. I posted on a local neighborhood group that we were looking for our lead. I was upfront about it not being a paid job, but that food would be provided, they could use it on their reel, and that most of the crew is LGBTQ plus identifying, so it could be a cool networking opportunity. I got blasted by people who went on to explain that unemployment among trans people in Australia is 3 times the national average, something I was painfully aware of because before I had passing privilege, I struggled getting a job. I was told to stop taking advantage of the trans community. I got told it was not cool to hire someone just because they're trans and for their life experiences. If I had the money to pay everyone, I would, but at this point in time, it's just not possible. And I don't see myself becoming some big shot director in the next few years and have a tendency to drop a lot of projects. So I'm determined to make this happen. AITA for not paying my actors.
Well, I feel like the people that were probably coming at OP maybe are just not familiar with the way that the film industry works when you're first starting out. You and I have both been in the industry for a while, and we know that, I mean, you got to do things like really savvily with the amount of money that you have. And a lot of times, unfortunately, the ones that are not paid are the ones that are going to get something out of the project, meaning the director of photography can use it for their reel. The director can use it for their reel. Actors can use it for their reel and credit on IMDb, etc. So a lot of times when you're a new actor on the scene, you do a lot of shit for free because you're building up your resume to then hopefully get jobs that are paying. And also when you're a new director starting out, a lot of times you have to pull in favors from people who are your friends, network, community. And so, yeah, I'm curious who these people are that are, you know, saying all of this stuff because, you know, now if you're not giving them trans people these opportunities and you're taking those away from them, then they won't even have anything to build up to then get the paying jobs.
It's completely ridiculous. I mean, I've encountered this in LA even. I shot a web series on iPhones. It was just me and my friends. I paid for it all. It wasn't commercialized. It was really just an experimental thing. Put up an ad for a sound guy for like, honestly, not even that bad of a deal. I feel like it was like $100 for 4 hours.
Oh yeah, that's great.
It wasn't terrible.
Right.
And I got these long-winded messages about how that's not okay. And da-da-da-da-da. And it's like, okay, well, that's not okay for you, but like, I think it is okay. This is a non-commercialized project. It's not like I'm walking away with big bucks here. I'm just burning my own money.
Right.
Like, I think the context is really important when you look at like ethical pay, especially for something that, look, let's be honest. There are people who make a lot of money in theater and in film and acting, but like, it's kind of supposed to be fun and it's an artistic pursuit. Like, it's not like other things. I think this is more in a lot of these things. Obviously, there's shades of gray here with different roles, but it's more like a partnership. We're going to team up and work together on something.
It's a creative endeavor.
Exactly. So it's like, doesn't really make all that much sense to pay you. We're both working on this together. We're both going to have creative input. Obviously, you guys know I'm super pro worker and I think everyone should be paid fairly. I also think this is a reflection of the fact that, you know, if you're 24, you're not going to have any money. But even if you're my age and you're 33, like you're still struggling just because that's how difficult the economy is. Like, if minimum wage was higher, things are more like fairly allocated, then we would have more discretionary spending to be able to pay our friends to do things like this.
Right.
But people generally don't. There's always haters on Craigslist or Facebook. There's always these haters and you shouldn't listen to them.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And I'm sure, I mean, I'm hoping that you did get some responses that were great responses. And was it Craigslist specifically, or they just said it was a...
No, Craigslist was my thing. They posted it somewhere.
Okay, I was just curious because I was just going to recommend, like, you know, you can... I mean, I don't know what the heck Australia has, but there are some like specific casting sites that we have here that you don't have to go to Craigslist. You can go to a little bit more reputable ones. We have one here called Actors Access or LA Casting, and you can do casting notices there, and you would probably have access to a little bit more
without
professional actors. I think so. Okay. I think I made a post on at least on LA Casting that, and that wouldn't be available in Australia, but there's probably ones there too that you wouldn't have to do a local neighborhood group is what they said. So I don't know, maybe look into it and maybe you're just looking in the wrong places. But again, like you said, like there's so many trolls out there that are just gonna make you feel shitty, and you do not need to feel shitty about this. Like I did the same thing when I made my web series. I pulled in so many favors from friends. I paid the main actors, but it wasn't much by any means. And the like supporting roles were my friends. The director of photography was my friend, and he got like all the crew to do it for free because he was pulling in a favor. Like, you just have to be savvy when you're starting out and you know, you don't have much money, and I think it's great. And don't let them discourage you because this is totally normal and it has nothing to do with that these are trans people. Like, this is how it just works in the industry.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a good thing to be aware of because, you know, you might get that much more resistance. But nonetheless, OP, I think this sounds like an awesome project. I think you're doing a great thing. I think there's a lot of stuff I'm reading about this too. Like, people want, if the character is trans, the person should be trans.
Yeah,
like,
I think that's great.
That's become like a kind of a standard. It makes a lot of sense to me. It's reasonable to me. You know, I'm 5'10" on Hinge and I'm 5'8" on the pod, and then you guys said that's not okay.
In real life, you're 5'9".
Yeah, so apparently. I'm actually just 5'9". So anyway, bad example, but yeah, I think this is a great thing. I think, look, it's a pet project, it's a personal project, it's a no-brainer. AITA for not paying my actors for a My Girl budget web series. I think we're saying NTA and the people antagonizing you are. They just don't know about how this works.
Totally.
It's a pet project.
Exactly. And you're still giving trans people a platform.
You're giving them an opportunity.
Hopefully you can get into festivals or anything.
Yes.
And they could just use it for their real. And that is helping them.
Yes. Absolutely.
I mean, if you had hundreds of thousands of dollars and you weren't paying them, that's a different story.
But you don't. You're going out of your own pocket. You're trying your best.
Exactly.
Guys, please rate, review, subscribe. Join us on Patreon, patreon.com/AITA pod. I think we're at I think we just hit we might be at 180 bonus episodes.
Good Lord.
Discord, talk to Jake, talk to Shannon, talk to me. And yeah, it's a great deal. Here's Shannon.
AITA for ruining my brother's wedding night. So I, 26F, visited my little brother, 23M, the week of his wedding. He had just started renting a house and was excited for me to stay with him. He had just come up to visit me in my own apartment before, and it was going to be a fun week of prepping and celebrating his future with his amazing new wife, my stepwife, as we call each other. Well, my family has a tradition that if anyone in the family has access to the place the newly married couple will spend their first night, we short sheet the bed and put glitter under the comforter. I had dinner with my parents and grandparents the night before his wedding, and my brother stayed at his best man's house. Before I left my parents' house to go back to my brother's, they gave me glitter and reminded me of the tradition. When we were in high school and my uncle got married, my dad did it to him and my brother thought it was funny. Well, the morning after his wedding night, I woke up at my parents' house and he sends me a snap of his vacuum full of glitter and asked, "Did you do this?" I said, "Yeah." He sent me laughing faces, then said, "You may want to apologize to my new wife." I told him I would apologize and would get them a new vacuum if theirs was ruined. And he said no, that it wasn't that. She's just a little frustrated because we had to spend time cleaning after a long day and thinks it was a little messed up to make them wait to consummate their marriage. They had waited till marriage. So her point was that that night was a very special night for many reasons. And I put an unnecessary obstacle for them. I kind of see her point, but it's a family tradition he knew about, and I just want to know y'all's opinion. AITA?
God, another glitter prank.
Another glitter prank.
I always think of, a little bit of family hijinks is really funny. I actually just sent Shannon, I think, one of the best prank videos I've ever seen. Is a woman who got like permanent tattoos of her eyebrows.
Oh, and, so good.
Oh my God, it's so funny. And like... She like reveals the eyebrows and this woman is just like trying to be polite.
Cause it's like she left the gel still on, like the really dark black gel.
She looks like a cartoon character.
It came into like almost touching in the center and super dark. And she's like, "Oh."
She's like, are you all finished? Yeah. Are you left-handed? She's like trying to be polite.
She's being polite, but she's doing a good job about like actually sticking up for herself instead of, I would have just been like, "Oh, they're great," and then like cried in the car.
It was they looked so bad.
And then the girl was finally like, "All right, I'm gonna stop flying with you," and then she wiped them off and they looked great.
But they really did look great. I was really impressed.
Yeah, I know.
So I think pranks are fun. I do think like this is a traditional prank. The brother had actually co-signed it. Mm-hmm. That said, I am like, I can see how this would be super frustrating after a long day. And I mean, I'm a little confused about this, Shannon. Have you cleaned up a glitter bomb? Like, it's still not really clear to me what this does and how it goes.
I haven't, but I've cleaned up glitter before where it was like at a party or something, or like a festival maybe. I can't think of an exact situation, but it will be on the sheets for like a good amount of time just because it's so hard to get. Like glitter is so microscopic.
Will it bother your skin?
I don't think so, but it would probably be on your skin for a while.
Yeah, so you just get some glitter. So that doesn't seem that bad to me, though. It seems like this would have taken, what, a couple minutes to clean up? 2 minutes?
Probably. I mean, vacuum. I think there would still be remnants, but you can get the majority
enough
of it.
So that you can consummate the marriage.
Yeah, I think you just get out your vacuum and quickly, or if you're feeling frisky and
get a little
in love, just do it on top of it and then be all glittery.
If you got glitter in the glitter in there?
Yeah, I didn't even think about that
That'd be
part.
a problem?
Yeah, it would probably be
Bedazzled?
probably not great. Yeah.
I got gonorrhea. I got bedazzleria.
Yeah.
Wow. Not my best joke, people. I mean,
yeah. And especially it being their first time.
that's really intense. You don't hear about that these days.
Yeah.
So
If it
much.
wasn't their first time, I could see it being like, yeah, kind of fun to like, let's just lay on bed and like get started here. And then we can like move to the bathroom and like finish there, you know? So it's like kind of cleaned up. So it's like the glitter's not really like.
Finish in the bathroom?
Go like have sex in the shower.
Oh my God. That's horrible.
You never
For
had
the
sex
first
in the
time?
shower?
Yeah, I hate it.
No. I'm saying if it wasn't your first time, I can see you just like going with it a little more and like, let's just.
You know how to handle it.
Yeah, but it being your first time, like I feel like it is a little bit like, you know, she's probably been dreaming about this like since her teenage years of like how her wedding night would be, and to have it kind of like messed up, I can see why she would be upset.
I think it warrants an apology, even though it is a prank. It's like it was a prank on him, and the tradition's on him. But that's the thing. I think it has a lot of problems as a prank. I think this tradition should die. Here's why.
Yeah.
One, you can't film it, so you're robbing us of this. Right?
Film it?
No, but like,
oh, the prank?
Yeah, the prank. And then you can't film it, which is also like, you can't see the reaction. So it's kind of like, what are you really doing here? You're just knowing that you ruined someone's night?
Yeah.
Like, it just doesn't feel funny either. I'm just like, it even sounds like the way your brother said was like, hey, you may want to apologize. I guess he did send laughing faces.
Yeah. Well, I think he did the biggest botch of them all is he should have warned her about this. It's a family tradition.
She should have known it was coming.
He should have told his wife about it. Or been like, look, sis, mom, dad, etc. This is our first time. I don't think this is a good idea to be doing this. I love the family tradition. It's super funny.
Yeah.
Or maybe he knew that she wasn't going to react well and he knew she was going to say no and he wanted it to happen because he wanted to be in on the tradition. Like, I don't know. But I feel like regardless, he should have been managing this a little bit more.
I think that's a pretty fair point to raise. You know, it is a relatively innocent prank. I just think it's lacking in the prank department. Like, I want that reaction. I want to be able to see them react. Like, I feel like play a different prank. I don't know. It's your family, though. It's your tradition. AITA for ruining my brother's wedding night. Are you ready to ding this guy for not telling your Shan? I don't know. I'm kind of at a...
Could be no assholes here.
I'm at no assholes here.
Because the sister didn't mean any harm. Like, she just thought she was doing the prank. Wait, what does short sheet the bed mean?
I don't know. I thought you would know.
No.
I don't know anything about doing beds or none of that.
Short sheet.
Short sheet.
A bed.
Does that mean like what they do at a hotel? To arrange the bed in such a way that anyone getting into the bed will be unable to stretch their legs out beyond the middle of the bed. That's funny.
Beyond the middle.
In other words,
bed.
you tuck the sheet backwards so that when you put your legs out,
oh,
it's going to get caught in the sheet.
Okay.
That's good. Okay, actually, I
that in itself is a prank.
This prank is pretty well done.
That's frustrating.
That would be so annoying. And that's filled with glitter. What a buzzkill. That said, I really don't feel like this is that much time. I feel like this takes like 3 minutes, and it would be frustrating if you had been fantasizing for months. I'm with you, but like this wasn't like a 10-minute ordeal. It's like you rip the sheet out, you get rid of the glitter, and then you just start making out again.
Yeah, maybe like take the sheet and kind of fold it into itself so it's almost like a carrier of the glitter, and like because. Oh no, they were at a house. But anyway, like stick it in the corner, stick it somewhere, get a new sheet for later, but then just hop on the bed and start going at it. But again, the nerves of it being your first time. They've probably done some other stuff though. They're probably like used to it.
They did some soaking
Used to
maybe.
each other.
All right, I think we agree it's no assholes here.
Yeah, no
all right,
assholes
guys.
here.
Thank you so much for listening. It is such a joy to have you guys. Thanks for joining me, Shan. This was a fun one.
I know. Thanks for having me.
And we'll see you next time with Jacques David. Bye, everybody.
Bye. Oh, no bye at the end?
Bye.
Bye.